ほら、来いよ。どうした？やっぱりな。僕の術。
All right. Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to 90s Avengers number 6. Trunks could not join us today. He's busy touring a college that he's going to go to. But yeah, Ty Carter is back, fellow co-host. How you doing, Ty?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Pretty
I'm glad
good.
to be back.
Yeah, crazy news you just shared with me. So I guess we could cover that first.
Yeah,
Holy.
we'll just get it over with. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess for those of you that are in the that follow like competitive mons, YouTuber Lord MV just was banned, or at least the ban reasoning got announced as to what happened. It was some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so sharing the screen here. Internal message about the permanent ban of YouTuber Lord Envy, and he's a noteworthy banned user now. So Envy has been added to this list after senior staff received a report about an incident in which Envy made contact with another user, blah blah blah. He was 22, the other user was 16. Seems like they had logs, some misconduct here with, obviously some
Yeah.
sexual stuff going on when there's the age differences, when, it's a minor we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And these are legitimate.
Yeah. I think one thing they don't mention is this occurred. I think MV mentioned on like his YouTube video. I think he briefly addressed it. I think he said this was almost a decade ago when this happened. So like take that as you will. But that is just wow. I think a lot of us are very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad because I'm not even surprised at this point because I see this all the time, like in
Yeah.
every
No.
single video game. In Valorant, I see it in obviously Super Smash Bros.
Smash.
Had that big thing.
Yeah.
What else? What's the other one? Rotmeg. Actually,
Yeah.
I had this confusion where someone told me one of my friends was doing some malicious stuff on the internet. You also see it with anime YouTubers, with Seth the programmer. So I think in this current age with, the digital stuff, I think people are just really, I don't know, man. They're depressed, they're on the internet, they have this
Don't
online
meet your heroes.
persona. Yeah, don't make them your heroes because maybe they don't have everything figured out and
Yeah.
might be doing some stuff
Don't put
like
him on a
this.
pedestal, man. Yeah, you just can't put him on a pedestal like that. Just
You
cannot,
you
man.
said it so well. Yeah, don't put them on a pedestal. You never know who these people are. I mean, if you
Hey, man.
look at
They
Diddy,
just people. Yeah,
that guy
man.
is a weirdo. He's like
Oh,
freaking Jeffrey
oh
Epstein
yeah,
of hip
man.
hop.
Oh yeah, no,
But
he's still
yeah,
on the loose, bro. He's still on the loose. That's the
yeah.
crazy part.
I think it was strategic that they're not taking him down yet, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, back to Envy. I've heard of him a lot because I watch, a lot of
Yeah,
Pokey.
he was a regular guest on PokeGame's channel for sure. I think Blunder to a degree too. Which is like this is wow.
That's crazy that it took like so many years to figure it out. And I almost feel like the amount of
Yeah,
years, like you should still take this very seriously. I think they're making the right
yeah,
move by banning him.
yeah, man. Like, yeah, I think so. From what I understood, was this ban actually occurred like about a week ago. I think they gave him like about a week to try and like clear anything up, just because like that's not something you can take lightly. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
definitely not.
yeah, no, I'm not really sure what else to say, but yeah, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on from this.
Yeah,
I guess it's something we see a lot these days. It's yeah, pretty fucked up stuff. So, moving on to probably a more fun subject here.
yeah,
Uh, let's go with yeah. So I was really hyped about this. Berserk finally announces the return release date with a color page.
hey
So they
man,
got
that's awesome.
uh, chapter 376. So basically, like the art quality of these new chapters, I'm not gonna lie, it's like not as good as Mira's stuff,
Oh yeah, no,
but
that's a tough bar.
like I don't it's like totally cool. Like I just want to see this story completed, and the fact that it's his like best friend who's continuing it, it just makes it that much more like, yo, I'm cool with this. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
no
no,
big deal.
for sure,
So
man.
yeah, man, I'm just happy to see this get released, and I'm totally okay with them taking like months at a time. Like there's no rush for me. Like I'm not upset if the next chapter takes another 6 months or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah. Are they at that point where like I guess like the previous offer is his notes are like are they like treading unknown territory now?
I think they have all the notes of how it's going to end. I could be
Okay.
mistaken about that, but I'm pretty confident they have like the notes for it. However, like there's that argument like is it really still his story though? Because
Right, because interpretation and all that.
yeah, I like to believe that it is though, just because it is his best friend and he's got the notes.
Yeah.
So it's the
Just
closest thing we can
documentation,
possibly
right?
get. Yeah, yeah, like it is what it is. So yeah, man, super hyped about that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah. What we got next on the table?
We got this is an interesting one. We got a new live action film for
Kingdom.
Kingdom,
What
the
is this
fourth
like?
one.
Wait, is this like Three Kingdoms, like that kingdom, or
You know the
I'm looking at?
anime King, the
Oh,
manga?
okay. Oh, okay. I am not as familiar with Kingdom. That's a little out of my territory. Not gonna lie.
Me too. I know some stuff about it. It's signing, so it's like I've heard about it. It's huge in Japan, but I heard the animation quality is really not that good. It's like CGI apparently for the first couple seasons, but then it
Okay.
gets good. But I just thought this was interesting because this is a live action one that actually I think would work well. You know,
Okay.
like I don't know, it looks pretty good. Like I might be down to check
Right.
this out. I'm not sure, but I'd
Right.
want to watch the anime or read it first, man.
Yeah. No, for sure. I would definitely love to like get a little bit of context to that.
Yeah, the podcast that Trunks hosts, the main guy on it, he's been recommending it a lot, so gotta check that
Okay.
one out.
Okay. Okay.
I think I got an alley-oop for you though, the next one. Yeah, yeah. Gundam Anime shares big plans for
Oh.
45th
Okay. What?
anniversary.
Okay. 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 They got Domon Kashu. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. I gotta take a closer look at that. Okay. They also got Hero Yui, I think, on the left, if I'm looking at this correctly. Right. So what they got going for them? I still need to watch that
Ooh,
Gundam Seed movie. I still need to watch that though. Man.
Yeah. You gotta. We should watch it, man. We do a
Yeah, no,
watch
I got
party.
yeah, no, I got to watch that because like I've been very cynical about Seed Destiny. So I'm like maybe this movie will like rectify Seed's legacy a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
But
dude.
yeah. Yeah, I like
I,
are they planning to release like a new series for Gundam or like I don't know what's exact.
what's the plan? Um, Getting a slew of news, live events, new projects, and much more. So it's
Okay.
uh big.
Okay. Oh, okay. So the 30th anniversary is coming up or
So
coming.
it so they're like
Oh,
teasing it.
for G Gundam. Okay. Okay, so it's in its 30th anniversary. Yeah, that's a show that it very much stands out as like a unique Gundam entry because it's basically what like
Dragon Ball.
no, it's just like Gundam's just fist fighting essentially. Or I guess yeah, imagine if Gundam had like a fighting game, like it would literally just be like if they ever did a like fighting game of any kind, uh they would just base it off G Gundam. Like you have so much material there you could do. Like the
Damn,
anime,
dude.
yeah, like the literal anime, the premise of it, like they even got like a ring set up around like the entire planet. Like they're kind of doing like this. It's a similar premise to like Street Fighter 2's World Tournament in a way, and then like you got Master Asia. Like there's so much material you could easily do there. Like if they ever like release a game, like a fighting game for Gundam, like a proper one. You know what I'm saying?
They should release that. Honestly, that would blow up.
Yeah.
Like fighting games are huge these
Yeah, man.
days. Like people
Yeah.
would eat that shit up, dude. Like for sure. I need to watch it though. This has been on my list for a while.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a very unique entry in the series. It's for sure.
That's cool. That's cool. Different content, different styles. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, happy for Gundam, man. Iconic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What we got next? All right. This is kind of crazy. Guinness World Records names
Yo, that
Jujutsu
is
Kaisen most popular anime.
wow.
Wow, beat
It,
out One Piece.
yo, that is not something I would have expected. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't expect that either. I would have expected either One Piece or Attack on Titan. Mainly Attack on Titan, though.
Oh yeah, no, like Attack on Titan's been going on for years. Oh yeah, I did start reading the manga a couple of weeks ago. I need to get back to reading on that. I'm still early on. I'm not like on page 2 like LeBron would be on his books.
Wait for One Piece, right?
No,
Or Attack on Titan?
for Attack on Titan. And then One Piece, I
Oh,
think
okay.
I'm like on the part where they're like starting to get to know Nami a little more so.
Quality, man. Arlong Park
Yeah.
arc. That's
Yeah, yeah,
good stuff.
I'm kind of moving. I'm moving relatively slow pace, but it's been busy. It's been busy for me. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, sometimes you got other life priorities. Take a break, take your own time to do stuff. Also, it's
yeah.
sometimes better when you really just when you're
Soak
free
it
and
in.
you have that free time to like fully dive
Soak
in
it in.
compared to like rushing or I find
Yeah,
I enjoy it more when it's like, all right, I've got this carved out. I can now like totally like look into this without worrying about, oh, I got this to do. But yeah, what about JJK? Where are you at on that?
oh my god, I have not gotten back to Jujutsu Kaisen. I really need to. Like, I still need to get started on watching season 2.
It's man, the amount of people that have not only watched it but read it is like crazy to me. Like, because I feel like manga, like the casual anime fan doesn't really read manga, but I think that's changed because of stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
the fact that it's the most popular, it kind of makes sense though. I think like It's just so good, and the animation is top tier. It's like if Naruto was like released nowadays. That's how I kind of view it. Or One Piece is already releasing, so or like Dragon Ball. It's just
Right.
like really a lot of good fights. Yeah, but yeah, we won't go too much. I wouldn't
Okay.
be surprised if this changes, though. Obviously, like
Mm-hmm. Yes,
we'll
sir.
have to see. Hopefully, it continues to be good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, this one. Um, Slam Dunk is on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So it wasn't. It was released on April 1st. So it's the real deal.
it is the real deal. It's
Man, wait,
not
hold
a
on.
comedy.
Who still buys Blu-ray nowadays?
Yeah, well, like what the fuck? I
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
wanted to
yeah,
bring this up because of that, actually. It
yeah. I'm like, bro. Almost nobody watches Blu-ray, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, like
All right.
why is it on Blu-ray, man? But here's the thing, having like the hard digital copy, it's kind of a flex. Even though it's Blu-ray, I know. It's like, what are you gonna if you go up to a girl and you're like, "Hey, want to pop Blu-ray?" She's probably gonna like file a case against you, but um but like having that hard digital copy, kind of cool. Like I saw this YouTuber who had like a media collection of like all these different movies he has.
Okay.
You can just pop them in and watch them whenever he wants. He doesn't have to pay for like streaming services. Like, you own that. But
Yeah, yeah. To do anything too goofy like that, yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I'm just like, man, where you find what do you call it? Like, where do you find a DVD player now?
yeah, bro.
I mean, I feel like most computers don't even support that anymore.
Yeah, like that. Like my Apple laptop that doesn't even have one of the things you can throw in a disc. Like you can just go
Yeah,
on a website and watch whatever. You don't really need a CD, but I do want to see this Slam Dunk movie at some point because it was pretty big. Probably after I'm done reading, man.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Oh wow, brought the film to Ireland. Nice, man. But yeah, that's interesting. And also, I put this in here too because Trunks has a coworker named Bradley Nuring,
Oh
and
my god.
he's the type of guy that'll be like, "Hey, girl, wanna pop a Blu-ray at my house?" He's that guy.
No way, man. No way.
Yeah,
That's funny as hell, man.
yeah, dude. Trunks is telling me all kinds of stories about him. It's
Yeah.
really funny. Um, yeah, we can move right along here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll go in order. So, America's best-selling manga of 2023 is revealed in a major ranking.
Okay. What they got? What they got?
Demon Slayer number one.
Okay. Okay.
Um, then this was followed by Chainsaw Man, and then
Okay.
next we
Not
had
surprised.
Spy Family.
Okay.
Then we had
Okay.
JJK, and then
Okay.
we actually had Berserk at number five.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. And Berserk was actually number one in America quite recently. But
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely that people want to see that finish up. Actually, okay. I'm curious where My Hero Academia is holding up right now.
oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, because I know
Wonder
that
if they
one's like
mentioned it. My
I don't know, because like it
Hero,
is
no,
MHA is like supposed to be near the end of its manga, but I feel like they've just been dragging it on for like
top mangas.
way too long now. They've been dragging it on for like what 2 years now.
God damn, bro, they've been making that money.
Like, no, it
Um,
just feels so forced at certain points where like I don't even know what's
Milk.
going on anymore. Like what's the deal with one for all for one, whatever. Like it just feels like a train wreck, bro. I read it, and then I'm reading the final chapter. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how fucking long can you milk this for, man? Like this isn't fucking. Am I reading the Boo Saga here?
Yeah, the
Like
Boo
no,
Saga's rough.
like
The Boo Saga's
like
so rough, dude. Oh my
Boo
god.
Saga had a bunch of cool ideas, but my god, did they drag that shit out for way too long.
Even in the manga, because I know in the anime it was dragged out. It
Oh
was
no, even like no, the general plot points, right? Like like you had all the Boo transformation stuff. Like that stuff just felt so forced. It really did.
yeah, there's like 20 billion. It was like Buhan. Yeah, we don't oh my god. I still loved it, but yeah,
Like they
the
should
pacing was bad.
listen. They should have just ended it with Gohan beating Boo. Like they should have just ended it there.
Yeah, that's what Trunks thinks too. He'd be clapping right now. I personally I think Gohan and Goku maybe should have like fused together, done the fusion dance, and then beat him. That would be my ideal ending.
But yeah, no. Well, okay. I mean, the other problem was that they just kind of took away whatever they were planning to do with Gohan as a character, and then
Yeah,
just
that was
gave it
lame.
back to Goku, which like just made no sense. Like, come on, man. Like, at least commit to it. Like, I don't know, but like Toriyama also had kind of booked it in by that point.
Yeah, bro, that was
Like some
interesting
people,
decisions.
I know some people say it should have ended it at the Cell Saga.
No, dude. I don't know. Like this might be unpopular opinion, but I really like Goku, and I think I was fine with the ending. Like Gohan did get done dirty, though. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, like you
I
can't
wasn't
just
too
yeah, like
tilted.
yeah, you can't just have like no, this would be like like prime Super Cena burying like new talent into WWE like during those like early 20 late 2000s to early 2010s. I don't know if you watch pro wrestling. That's what it felt like.
I didn't, but I get what you're saying. There was like no payoff for this Gohan because we got a whole like arc with him in high school, and he got all the training and
Yeah.
stuff, all the
Yeah,
prep,
like yeah, no,
just for him to be
like
retconned off.
yeah, it was like man, like the WWE listen like I used to watch wrestling like when I was younger. Like it was like because like when people talk about John Cena, like he had been like basically a face for like almost his entire time with the company, except for like his early like Dr. Thugonomics run, like in the early like around that 2002 2003 timeline, like when he was still on SmackDown, right? And like so after he became WWE champion, they had moved into a PG era where they were kind of toning down things like from the Attitude Era, ruthless aggression, all that stuff, and then like Vince McMahon, the WWE writers, they just had to keep Cena on top. Like they kind of just forced it, right? Like they introduced like a lot of these great wrestlers like that had like a hot start. You had Umaga, the great Kali, like they would be like beating people, like they would have them booked to like kind of like win against like other like key parts of the roster, and then they run into John Cena and then they lose, and then their momentum just kind of falls off, and right, and and then there was also like Nexus, which was probably like one of the most infamous burials in wrestling. I'm not sure if you're familiar with like what burying, I guess, is in wrestling.
I've never watched WWE.
Okay, so burying would be like if like an established star like kind of halts the momentum of like an up and comer, if that makes sense, and then that up and comer kind of loses a lot of momentum with the crowd and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah,
that.
I see it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, that's actually literally like what like Toriyama doing with like Goku, like kind of just taking away Gohan's like spotlight. That's literally what it was like, man.
that's brutal. By the way, I found My Hero was like somewhere in the top 10,
Oh,
somewhere.
okay, that's pretty
Was
cool. But
like
yeah,
number
yeah,
8-ish.
yeah. I appreciate you letting me just go on a mini rant about like the WWE.
Hey man, gotta let you cook sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
And also yeah, I get it. I see it. I hear it every day from Trunks. It's legit, man. I get it. But yeah, manga. I mean, what more is there to say, man? Those are just some really popular titles. But yeah, glad Berserk's still number 5.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, we can move on here. Let's see. Guess this is a good time to go into Dragon Ball. We were just talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Little guidebook
90s.
shop.
Okay, this looks like a go. Wait, is that like that? Looks like Super Saiyan 2 Goku, kind of. Or like
Yeah,
minus the lightning
yeah.
sparks. Like, yeah, the hair. That's just kind of what it reminds me
Kind of
of. But
like
yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
the base form.
No, that's nah. That doesn't have that that feel of Super Saiyan 1 Goku. That feels like a Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Like just like from the aesthetic. That's kind of the vibe it gives off.
Yeah.
Gives up. But yeah, no, yeah, the shading. I'm like, wow, that I feel like God was Super Saiyan Goku always this pale? I don't remember. Like I feel like he wasn't, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the shading.
It could. I can kind of see what you mean too. It almost looks like he's freaking white and he has like red on him.
Like, yeah.
Like his arm especially stands out. It's like,
Yeah, no, it looks like he's just got that shine. Like he's got that
yeah.
that Mr. Clean shine.
Have you seen Naruto? Like the part where he dresses up as like the clown, or he puts the clown face paint on. Not the clown, but like the warrior for his photo. That's kind of
Oh
what
no.
the coloring looks like, the white
Oh my
and
god.
red, like
I
low
might have
key.
seen it. I might have seen it before, but yo, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess we could say that yeah, the Boo Saga was pretty bad, man. I'm gonna check out Super soon. I'm gonna give it a chance, bro. I'm gonna give it a
Yeah.
chance. And then we can all like talk about it. I'll probably
Yeah.
end up hating on it with you guys. That's my guess.
I don't I don't know. Like I said, my stance has always been like, are you talking about the manga or the anime? Because I have very varying opinions on that.
Probably just the anime.
Okay. Yeah.
Did, did you like the manga more?
I think the manga definitely was a little bit more grounded in power scaling, for at least for a bit. Uh, the tournament of power arc in the manga was, I felt like it was at a more appropriate pace, if that made sense. Like it didn't
Yeah,
feel
no,
as
that makes
dragged
sense.
out in some spots because, like, you know, in the anime they kind of had to give each of the universes like kind of their spotlight for a little bit, like show off what they can do, and their eliminations were all dramatic. Yeah, like I don't know, that's the best way to put it.
Got you. So, I mean, seems like it's worth checking out then. Um, all right. Now we got okay. So, Naruto eyewear collection. They're gonna get
Okay,
a
okay.
release date in the States after
Yeah, I
a
don't.
good debut in Japan.
Man, man, how
Hmm.
these fellas looking? I gotta see what these look like.
Let's see
Oh,
what.
okay, okay.
Uh,
I mean, okay. Some of these, I would wear some of these. I would. I'll say that much. I
oh,
wouldn't
okay.
hate them.
Actually, yeah, they just seem okay. These ones actually seem kind of cooler. Like these
Like
Sasuke
they
ones.
yeah, yeah. Like
Like these are
they
kind of
got
nice.
some. Yeah, so the designs here do look promising.
Yeah, like okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna like hate on them at first glance, but okay, like some Sakura ones, like some
Yeah,
Sasuke ones, some Itachi ones. These are kind of cool. Like I fucks
yeah,
with it, you know?
yeah. Because like
Um,
they don't get to like. I think they kind of have that right balance with like a practical design while still showcasing, I guess, their brand, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, it's like subtle designs. It's not
No,
over the
no,
top.
yeah, you know what? It's not like, man, you know, like those YouTuber merchandises. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like which
they don't.
YouTuber?
Oh man, I don't know, man. Like, just name a random
All of them.
YouTuber. Well,
Jake
actually,
Paul or
no,
some
no,
shit.
Yeah, probably. Although I would say Blunder's like agency merch stuff is like there's stuff that isn't too. It's actually a good design. Like people would actually be comfortable wearing them in public and not feel corny about
Yeah.
it.
From what I saw of like the first release that he did, they look pretty clean. Yeah, and like
They
comfortable, like
do,
you're
man.
saying.
Yeah,
So
man.
would you cop these Naruto glasses?
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. If I got the if I need to break out the bank, then yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, me too, man. I already have like a pretty good pair of sunglasses, these Persols that Trunks got me because he used to work at Sunglass Hut. But
Okay,
like these
sunglass.
just look
That
fucking
that
sick.
that's a fucking all time name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm like, man, like anything with a hut added right after it.
Just adds to it. It just makes it
Yeah, I
better.
don't know. Yeah, I'm just like, man, I'm like, man, is this Pizza Hut's like if Pizza Hut sold sunglasses?
It's secretly owned by Pizza Hut. You get a Pizza Hut slice. Bro, speaking of Pizza Hut, oh wait, we've already told you the stories, bro. But
Oh my
that's the joke is that Trunks is at Pizza Hut right now.
god.
Because like I forgot where he's going, and I'm like, yeah, you're going to Pizza Hut. Yeah, dude. These are pretty clean. I probably won't get a pair, honestly, for being, but I would be down a cop if I had like the money. Yeah, we can move along. Some goated collabs. Some goated collabs. Let's see. Um, okay, this is One Piece. This is kind of like I don't want to spoil shit for you, so maybe we could just skip this one actually. I don't want to spoil you. All right, so Studio Clips, they're working on animating Berserk and they're giving it some art ahead of the trailer release. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I was very skeptical about Berserk getting animated, but this art looks pretty fucking sick. And here we got the God Hand holding the Behelit, which looks really clean and red. We got a nice manga panel of guts right there with a like kind of subtle blue. Another one there. These are two of like my favorite panels, and then we got this. Um, yeah, so they revealed some artwork. As we can see right here, I don't know why the hand is all like veiny. Got a shirt of the hand on the back. It's not that veiny, but um, so trailer releases on May 2024. Oh man, and this looks fucking amazing. I'm like, holy shit. Ty, are you there? Dog, like this just looks clean.
Yes, sir. This does look fire.
Yeah, like the center here, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little sloppy, like the bee looks like an
Yeah,
egg, but
it does. It looks a little uneven, not gonna lie.
yeah, but like Guts and Griffith, I think they nailed it pretty well.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, they did.
yeah, man. So yeah, looking forward to this. I was kind of hating on it at first. I was like, this is gonna be trash. They shouldn't do this, but hey, man, I'm happy. More Berserk stuff.
Hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Yep. What's next? Okay. Evangelion and Toyota crossover
Oh
for
my
Cruel
god,
Angels Prius. Oh, that is
product
that is a
placement.
cringe.
There you
Wow.
go. Yo, what is
Oh, what
this?
the fuck?
Okay. Yo,
Emergency. What are
man,
these collabs, bruh? They're
what
collabing
is
on
going?
everything.
You know what? That reminds me of one dude that I knew. He knew who lives in like the same apartment as me, right? And his car sticks out like a styrofoam. All right, he's got like he's got a whole Genshin like sticker plaster on the side of his car. No, I am not making this up. He's got like I mean
Oh God.
he's got Ganyu like posted like
Who's
on the
that?
side of his car, like covering his window.
Oh
Like
my
I'm just like, dude, how
God.
do you drive around with that? Oh, like,
You're
hey,
not
like
embarrassed at all? Do you have any shame?
I'm like, yo, man, that's not something that me personally, I wouldn't put that out. Like, not especially not something that covers almost the entire side of the car.
How are you
I don't
gonna
want
like see like people in the car? Well, I guess no one's going in this car, so
no,
yeah,
I think he has
dude.
kids, man. No, I think he
What the
actually has kids.
fuck? The lore just thickens.
Yeah.
Who is this mystery man?
Oh
Wow.
man.
What a legend. Wow. Dude, speaking of like decking out your car, there's this guy who works at this restaurant called Wolf's Bar next to my college. And apparently he has a ton of like anime waifu stickers on his car.
Oh my god.
But apparently they're very like explicit and some of them are like lollies or something. And it's really weird. And this dude's like 30.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but people have told me about it.
Hey,
Uh,
that's
God.
crazy, man.
Yeah. I was expecting like a whole like ass like Evangelion like car though, you know? This is a little
Yeah.
disappointing, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Imagine that if your car could just turn into an Ava. That would be so fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I felt like after watching Evangelion, like driving a car. I felt like, I'm the pilot. I'm like Shinji or Asuka.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Naruto, is that everything? No, there's one more thing I need. One more topic. We saved the best for last. No cap.
Mhm.
Let me just call it up. Oh, that's where okay, got it. Cool. Yeah, so we have Blue Lock, the movie. We got a new trailer, so we can watch it live on the podcast. Haven't seen it yet.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
I ain't seen this yet either, but I've heard about it from some friends.
yes, dude, the Nagi movie. So let's watch it.
みんななんで頑張るんだろう。将来の夢とかめんどくさ。
Hey,
お
yo.
腹すいた。
う
るせえよ天才。今いいとこなんだよ。これが本気で戦う奴らの熱。変わってくってこんなにもワクワクするんだね。
Hey, yo. So this is a soccer anime, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to have like a Zlatan Ibrahimovic equivalent for the show or something, and he just does all these crazy goals.
like kicking and screaming with like the Italians, just
No,
fucking takes
like
over.
no, like as in Zlatan. So Zlatan would always score these crazy goals from like he'd score like bicycle kicks. He'd score like
Oh my God,
from like mid.
dude.
Actually, no, mid pitch was something more up Wayne Rooney's alley. But like the point is that like Zlatan would have these acrobatic goals like in his prime.
Oh, acrobatic. Wow. Yeah, bicycle kicks so hype, dude. My God.
Yeah, man.
That would be Dude, that actually might happen. I feel like you're on the right track there.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, would you see this movie? I mean, it looks pretty fucking lit. Even
I
if you
would,
haven't
yeah.
seen Blood.
I mean, I would definitely love to watch the anime too.
Dude, yeah, the anime is so good, man. Um, I haven't even played soccer since like 8th grade, but I loved it. And Trunks hasn't even played soccer a day in his life, I think, and he loved that shit.
Well,
Yeah, the movie, it looks pretty similar to the anime too, in the sense that it's like hype. So yeah, it looks
right.
pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, I guess we could take like 5-minute break or so and then get to the
Oh hell,
question segment
yeah. Oh
of the
hell yeah.
show.
I just saw this foul tweet, bro. Like it's like yo, the Oakland or no, I think it was the Baltimore Ravens dropped this tweet showing this big like hot dog or whatever you want to, yeah, a 12-inch hot dog with, look at, yeah, they call it the warehouse dog.
The warehouse dog. Okay, you know I'm like a food guy, so gotta share this.
Yeah, I posted
Dude,
it.
I like these. I like it.
Yeah, you got, I'm
Different
like,
subjects.
yo, this is, yo, let's see, 12-inch hot
Oh
dog
my
with
God, bro.
infused brick sauce. What is
What does that
horseradish?
mean?
What
Horseradish?
is what is horseradish infused brick sauce? What?
That sounds disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
Pickled pico and onion. Oh, a pretzel bun. Okay, I mean, I ain't never seen a pretzel bun in my life, so I'm like, I don't know about that.
Oh, wait. I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't
It,
know.
it
Yeah.
does,
Pretzel
but
bun?
I'm like, yo, what is this, man?
I don't
I don't
like
know.
onions.
This
Bro,
is this is overkill, man.
you're gonna kill
This,
someone with this. Speaking of
yeah.
overkill, god damn.
Yeah, yeah, you know what, man? And I thought Philadelphia was shameless with their Philly cheesesteaks, but this, yo, stop it.
Wait, you don't like Philly cheesesteaks,
Hey,
or
listen,
what happened?
listen. No, listen, they're all right, but like you're taking a real trip to the toilet. I just feel like it's so like I feel like it's just so overloaded, if that makes sense.
No, I get you. I
Like
get you,
like
bro.
you're throwing on some cheese whiz with like I don't know, like steak, and then you call it a cheese steak.
And you had all this doughy bread. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't
This
know
is
if you've ever
America.
seen. I don't know if you've ever seen what a Philly cheesesteak looks like.
Oh, of course. I've had some, but I haven't had like an authentic one, you know? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I get you, but yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
man, I'm like, yo, they're trying to. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what
They're gonna
else.
one hit KO. They're gonna murk
Yeah,
someone with this.
yeah. Somebody's toilet's getting destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
do
know
not
how
want to be around
anybody's
them.
eating this in a baseball stadium though, or like at a game. Like nobody's finishing that unless
That is, I could
like
finish it, but
that's my gripe with these sandwiches. I'm like, how are you supposed to like actually finish these, or let alone actually eat it?
that just looks like too much toppings, man. Ah,
It's
this
just
would make you
overdone.
sick though, because it's at the ballpark. I feel like the ballpark food is just extra greasier, man.
Oh
Or
yeah,
like, you know what I
and
mean? Like,
overpriced, and they overpriced
yeah.
too.
Oh, this is probably like $300. Like, no lie.
Yeah, man. Yo, that's foul, man.
That's foul. Of course, it's from the
Like,
fucking
let's.
Orioles. Wait, do we have any comments on this? Check.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
there should
signed
be.
in.
Oh wait. I think you. Oh yeah, you gotta be signed in or something.
Ah, that's okay.
Yeah. Twitter's kind of weird now. I can see some of the replies. I would look up the Renegade Dog too. That one looks like they threw in. I'm trying to think of what you call them.
The brick sauce is just too much, bro. Oh god, that looks even worse. Ew. Ah,
Oh my
dude,
god.
this.
Yeah, they got pierogi, like slap on pierogies with pickle slices.
Oh,
Pierogies on like a sandwich like that does, or a hot dog, like that should be a crime.
that should be, man. I never
Uh,
order like a hot dog when I'm out somewhere. Never.
I've ordered hot dogs before for like every now and then, like when I'm taking the transit and like go into one of those street food vendors.
Oh yeah, those guys are legit. Yeah, I'll get a hot dog
Yeah,
from them. The bacon wrapped. Ooh, those are fire.
yeah, because I know they're gonna do it right. They're not gonna do something stupid with those hot dogs.
Not gonna throw on 50 different condiments, infused horseradish, brick sauce. Ew.
Yeah, listen, man, like there are some listen, I get throwing things onto a sandwich, but there are some things that just don't belong.
Yeah, on God though. Just keep it simple. Just pretzel, like keep the pretzel bun, keep the hot dog, maybe some
throw
some
throw on the
ketchup.
cheese. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if
Cheese,
you want,
yeah, cheese is good.
yeah, if you want to throw on cheese, go ahead. And then like I guess like the actual hot dog or the sausage itself. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like, my God, that is just overkill. All
it's
right.
too
Yeah.
much. All
Yeah,
right, should we
listen.
take a break?
Yeah,
Anything
sure,
else?
sure, sure.
All
Yeah, we
right,
can take a break. All right.
bet. See you soon.
All right.
All right, we're back to the
Let's do it.
question portion. My personal
Okay.
favorite part of the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just get to know each other more
Mhm.
and kind of talk about our takes in general. So let's get into it. Where did I put it? I guess I just want to ask you, what got you into Pokemon in the first place? Like, how did you
Like just
as a kid,
franchise?
and then like competitively?
Okay, so as a kid, I think the first time I got into Pokemon, I think I was like in second. Well, okay, I did watch like the original anime, right? Like back when I was like a
Fuck
kid,
yeah.
but right, it was like in Chinese and stuff like it was like the original Indigo Plateau series. Um, and then around second grade, I think I was like at school. I think one of my friends was playing like Pokemon, and it was like Gen 4, right? So just I think it was like I think it was Pokemon Diamond. So that got me intrigued, and then I got my first DS around that. I got my DS around that time, and it had like Pokemon Pearl installed onto like one of those R4 cards. So I start playing that. Um, it was like a very fun experience, like playing the single player experience, if that makes sense. Like Sinnoh, although like I didn't really feel like Gen 4's perceived slowness at the time, but that's probably because it was my first Pokemon game, so I
Oh,
wasn't too
totally.
bothered by that. Played it for a bit, and then Platinum came out, and I got that because like I wanted to be able to use more of the Pokemon, because like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were kind of famous for having a very limited amount of Pokemon that you could get in game without going to like, I think the PAL Park was what they called it, like when you transport mons from like Gen 3 Gen and stuff. Right. So I played that. I think that was when I really started liking Mons. And Gen 4. Like I thought some of the designs were like pretty cool. Like your Magmortars, your Electivires, Rhyperiors, and then you got the Sinnoh starters, which I personally liked.
Who
Most
did
of
you choose? Which
I
one?
think I actually chose Turtwig.
Yes. Let's
Yeah,
go.
so I
My
chose
twin.
Twig, and Torterra, pretty cool mon. I was like, dude, this turtle looks pretty cool. Cool, right?
Yes,
So
very
there's
cool.
that, and then everybody, the early route bird was like definitely like Staraptor. That definitely went on to become like easily my favorite early route bird, like by a
Yes,
mile.
dude. Staraptor use fly.
Although Staraptor, like looking back on it, this Staraptor looks like on one of those unemployed guitarists, or
Oh
like a
my
Hot Topic
god.
employee. No, I'm not even joking. No, they really
No,
do.
no, no, I'm laughing because it's so accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you nailed
Yeah, they
it.
look
Oh
like
my
they
god.
belonged in one of those goth band rejects or whatever. Ever that
Why is
never
that
quite
so
took off.
fucking true? And why did I never
Yeah,
notice that until now? Like, I
yeah,
always thought Staraptor had swag, but like,
yeah,
wow, that
yeah.
just
As a kid, I thought I had swag, but as I look back when I got older, I'm like, man, this thing just looks like a hipster.
hot
Yeah,
topic
no,
employee. I'm dead, bro.
yeah, no. So like, obviously, and then came Gen 5, right? Actually, before I move on to Gen 5, that um and then like I very much enjoyed like some of the legendary designs they had. Heatran was cool as fuck. Giratina,
Yes. Yes, bro. They
Tina,
had
like
so many good designs.
yeah, like
Heatran
they
was
had a
my
lot.
fave back in the day.
Yeah, and then they had, oh man, I remember like when they would have those mystery events, man.
Oh my
And then
god. With
yeah, especially with like
Darkrai.
Heart. Oh yeah, Darkrai, Shaman, Oak's Letter, and then
Yes.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think was what really solidified like me like enjoying Gen 4.
Those games are masterpieces. I still think Soul Silver Hard Gold, best games ever made.
Yeah.
There's just so much you can do. There's so much replay value. There's so much late game content. It's just amazing, man. I need to replay it. Oh, I'm so mad that I lost my copy, dude.
Yeah, and then I remember Heart Gold and Soul Silver, like, you know, you had the Johto starters, which I thought were pretty cool. They were very simplistic, but it just like really clicked, you know, like because Gen 2 had that very simple aesthetic vibe with like their designs. Like it didn't really have the same swagger as like Sinnoh, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, totally get you, man.
Yeah,
Sinnoh
yeah.
had the drip. Their music is just so good too.
Yeah, they had that kind of like swagger, that 2000 swagger design, like that too cool kind of vibe. But like Johto kind of like obviously Heart Gold Soul Silver, you were able to get access to like some of the Sinnoh evolutions. Like you were able to get Mamoswine before you got the national decks, or like Tangela into Tangro, stuff like that. Right. So like that, I think for me, it was like it just got the right balance. Although like obviously they never really fixed the level scaling, or like they didn't quite do that. But and then like Heart Gold and Soul Silver's aesthetic vibe, like especially having your Pokemon be able to walk with you.
That was game changing. That was amazing.
Yeah, like imagine you have like a giant asshole just walking with you. Like just outside, like you just go into Goldenrod City and like everybody just sees Hole. He's like, dude, what? Like, why is a 10-year-old got a hole with him? Right?
Just such a flex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Exactly. Yeah. No. So I love that, and obviously there was. Oh man, I think. Oh man, there was also the Pokathlon. I think that's how you pronounce it.
The Pokathlon.
Yeah.
What is that?
It was like you basically get your Pokemon to play in like what I guess the pseudo Olympics, I guess, if that makes sense.
Was it kind of similar to the ribbon thing, but
oh no, they I think they gave out ribbons too though. And then obviously you had the Battle Frontier. I thought Gen 4's Battle Frontier was really cool. It was a shame they didn't it was a shame that BDSP did not bring it back.
Yeah,
because
bro.
I would have loved to see like a modern design of like
Battle Frontier is so fun, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know why neither Oras or BDSP ever brought back Battle Frontier. Like where was like the Frontier Brains getting like a modern design would have been so cool. Like people would have loved it. I don't know why Game Freak like just didn't bring it back, which is a real shame, but
Agreed.
It is what it is.
Wait, so how do you get Choice Band, Choice Scarf, all that good stuff?
You had to like get those battle points at the Battle Frontier and stuff. So when you had enough of those, you had to really grind.
I know, but like in BDSP, since there's no battle tower.
Oh, I think no. Battle tower is true there. That's the only thing that's still there. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah. Because like they kind of rehashed what Diamond Pro did. So you still fight Palmer and stuff. But yeah, no, that was missed opportunity there. And I thought like being a Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think the last thing that really got me was like being able to go explore 2 regions. That was probably the most appealing part. I think they definitely did the post game way better than they did with the original Gold, Silver, and Crystal games. Like, or I guess the second half of the game with like Kanto and stuff.
Oh, most definitely, man. And just like you were saying with 2 regions, there's just something special about that of 2 regions and like playing through the game pretty much like twice.
Again, like what, 16 badges, and then like, you know, fighting Red, all that good stuff.
Fighting Red on the snowy like mountaintop, man, with like doesn't he have like level 90 Pokemon? It's just so
I think it's like 88. I think it's like
88.
I think he had a low 88 Pikachu, but the rest of his Pokemon are like in the low 80s, high 70s.
Got you, but that's like still like it's just so but good how it's like then more.
But in retrospective, it's like Red's team like actually like synergistically kind of just sucks. Like if you
you
think
can
about it.
clap them.
Yeah, like you got the starters, but they're all like kind of flawed. And then sure you had Snorlax, but this ain't Gen 2, son.
Close combat.
Yeah,
Oh, this
yeah,
ain't Gen 2. I see what you mean there. Yeah.
yeah. This ain't
Snorlax in
Gen
Gen
2.
2 is busted.
Yeah, yeah. And then they had fucking Lapras instead of Espeon. I'm like, what are you doing, brother?
Brother. My brother in Christ. Why do you have a Lapras there?
I'm like,
Could at least get a
bro,
Dragonite.
I'm like, bro, you could have pulled out like, hello, did you not complete the whole Pokedex, man?
Anything but a Lapras. Come on.
Yeah.
I guess he needed a Util Surf, right?
Hey, listen. Lapras is like,
TM
no,
Slave.
he had a Blastoise too, for crying out loud. Yeah, I'm like,
I
come
don't
on,
like
what are you?
Blastoise. I think Squirtle and War Turtle are infinitely cooler than Blastoise. I don't think that's
Yeah.
very unpopular though.
Oh yeah, no, Blastoise looked like he just ate way too much.
He looks like he would eat that fucking hot dog you sent.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Oh my
mogged,
God.
man. He's mogged.
Like, yo, man, he too thick. But yeah, that is, yeah, no, but that aside though, like you had, man, and then yeah, so Gen 4, it was like just it was very fun for me. Like there was just a lot of cool things they did with Gen 4. And then obviously there was Black White. I actually, I don't remember if I mentioned this in a previous episode, but yeah, no. So I played the original Black and White 1 in Japanese. Like it wasn't even released in America yet. Like this was back when like I didn't know what Smogon
Bruh.
was yet. Yeah, but this was back when like people on Smogon were calling like Excadrill like Dori Yuzu or Reuniclus Lonculus list, and like all these Japanese like translated names and stuff. So there, and then I remember like I remember not understanding a single word of what was going on. Like I could kind of piece together some stuff, and then I kind of just like got through the game anyways, because it's Pokemon. Like in game isn't exactly super hard, although that Gets fight really got me. Almost got me while not understanding a single word.
No, bro, I get you on that because you can still kind of navigate and you know what you need to do even if you don't know the language.
Yeah, and then like and then don't forget like BW1, it was like they got rid of like they only had the Unova decks. Like they didn't bring like they had their replacements for Geodude. Dude's is lined with like a Roggenrola and stuff.
Roggenrola.
And then like they replaced the Machamp line with the Conkeldurr line, which ended up being better. So like there was like some stuff you could kind of figure out like how they went about things.
Yeah, that's really
Right.
interesting. Gain a whole new perspective by playing the Japanese version.
Yeah, and then obviously I was like, and then there was like Excadrill. I was like, man, you know what? This Mon looks kind of cool. I'm gonna catch it, and it turns out it's actually good. And then there was also
Oh,
like
yeah.
Haxorus. There was like the Haxorus line too, because like that was like the dragon that everybody got. Like after you saw Garchomp in Gen 4, you're like, man, this thing's probably gonna be good. And there was that. Some of the designs were, I think some of the designs in Gen 5 were actually like pretty cool. Although some people like really hate on it. Probably because
I
like they
didn't
were
play
like,
the game, but I think they're pretty decent,
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. So that was like a really surreal experience for me, like just playing the game entirely in Japanese, not understanding a single word of what was going on. It wasn't until years later when I actually got, like, discovered what an emulator was, and then played BW1 and BW2 like in English. So just to like actually understand what was going on. I didn't realize that they were tackling like issues like the morality of owning actual Pokemon and sending them out to fight like it's a dog fight.
Yeah, bro, you missed the story and everything.
I mean, I
I
was
was
also
fucking playing
10.
Leaf Green. Like,
Dude,
oh
I
yeah,
was
when you
also
were 10.
yeah, I was like what, 10 at the time, so I probably wouldn't have understood the complexity of like Gen 5 story at the time because I was like 10.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
true. Like when you're
yeah,
10, you're just like, I got a Garchomp. Let's fucking go.
yeah,
Like you don't
or
care
like
about
it, or
story.
like in my case, it'd be like, I got Excadrill, let's go.
Yeah. Bruh, today I was getting my haircut
Okay.
and I was playing Leaf Green on the TV with a PS3 controller and it was in
Oh my god.
Japanese. But I was
Oh my.
still able to like, get my starter, heal up the starter after the rival fight. Like I
Yeah.
could kind of see like how you could play it all in Japanese, but it would maybe cause some inconveniences here and
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah, and then I just know. Oh, did this move do damage? I'm like, oh, it does. I will just click it.
Yeah, yeah, just click the damaging one.
Yeah, and I
That's
didn't
that's
understand
tackle.
yeah, and I didn't understand like certain moves like Flame Charge, which was like a Gen 5 a move that was introduced in Gen 5 that actually increase like your speed and stuff. So I didn't really understand those things. I was just like, oh, okay, it does damage. I'll just click it. But yeah, that was kind of what it was like. Yeah, and then as for competitive, it wasn't until near the end of ORAS, so this was several years later, when I discovered what competitive Mons was and like what Pokemon Showdown was. Um, and then I remember I was like, man, I want to use one of my favorite starters, like for Alligator. This was like late Gen 6. So I was like, you know what if I tried to build a ORAS UU team with a for Alligator and stuff? Like I tried to read up those Smogon analysis things, tried to figure it out from there. It took me a while. And then like I wasn't exactly that good when I first started out back in like what 2015, 2016. I was just playing on Showdown. I didn't really use Smogon at the time either. Right. And then I kind of
Mm.
settled on to Ubers, which guy had a reputation at the time for being like having like an easy ladder or like the player base not being that good or whatever. And I would use stuff like fucking Mega Sableye in Oras Ubers, which by the way is definitely not the play. And then stuff like Darkrai, Extreme Killer, RC, early E Killer, Arceus Normal, Primal Groudon, stuff like that, right? Right, so I'd use stuff like that. I would kind of figure it out. Um, like, and then Gen 7 comes around, and then I kind of play it on and off, right? And then I don't think it was until Ultra Sun and Moon came out when I started really kind of trying to get good at the game, quote unquote, trying to get good. Like I would just play ladder and stuff, and I would use like a pretty jank Ubers team. Like I laddered a lot of Gen 7 Ubers. So this was around what 2018. Yeah, like 2017, 2018. And I would kind of just play it. I would get a decent rating at times, but then never quite took off because like I would only play on ladder, right? And I only really had like one or two teams that I was like okay with using or felt comfortable using. And I didn't really get Mons at the time. And like I remember that one team I used, it was like, oh man, it was like Scarf Xerneas, Life Orb Marshadow with Rock Tomb. I think I also used Arceus Fairy or Arceus Ground, as one of those two. And then like a weird mix Yveltal set with like Sucker Punch and you turn Dark Pulse Oblivion Wing and then like Double Dance Primal Groudon. It was like something jank like that. That the team obviously itself now is not really that good in like modern SM Ubers, but it is what it is. So there's that. And then around the time Sword and Shield came out, I hear about Dexit, and I think that kind of just made me not really want to play the game for a while, like for a couple years, which
Because
is
of
like kind of.
Zacian.
Oh no, it wasn't because of Zaciel. It was because like there was no Arceus. Like they were missing a lot of Mons from the game, so the game felt kind of barren. Like Ubers felt kind of barren. I didn't really have interest in like
Mm.
OU and stuff because I just thought OU was just not really that well. I think my experiences with Gen 7 OU when it was current gen was that I thought it wasn't really that well balanced. balance, like, because it was around this time, like I didn't really understand Smogon at the time, because like ABR, who was the leader at the time, was like notorious for, while he was the tier leader for OU, for not really banning stuff, or like they very rarely suspected stuff. And SM's like kind of in a weird state, like modern SM, where like you have, it's like you're kind of broken checks broken. I mean, it's fun to play like when I came back years later. Like it's like kind of fun to just play, but not really fun to build or whatever. Right. So there's that. Yeah, and like I said, so it was around the time Sword and Shield came out. That was when I stopped playing like any like Smogons as usage tiers or whatever. I would just maybe play Ranbats. Like just like as a casual thing.
Hey, those
And
are fun, man.
yeah, like it's like you kind of just don't really care. Like if you're playing Ranbats, it's kind of like whatever. And for a while, I would not really touch the game. I didn't really start touching the game competitively until what BDSP came out. So this was what, late 2020, give or
Wow,
take.
that's
Or
like around
no,
the time I started.
let me actually check when did BDSP release. Okay, so late 2021. Yeah. So it came out late 2021. That was when I really start kind of deciding to play Showdown again. I start trying to build teams, and it was kind of like coming back from what effectively a 3-year hiatus. I had never posted on Smogon up until that point, and I think it was around that. It was like about a month after I start playing, got fairly high on the ladder, got like a decent rating.
And which
that was
gen? Which generation?
No, BDSP. So I
Oh,
played the
oh, oh.
BDSP ladder when it was active.
That's pretty good. What rating did you get? You remember?
Oh man, I don't remember. I remember I remember I did end up hitting number 1 a few times, like as time
Wow.
went on. So there's that. And obviously, you know, I mean, I was like also much older, so I kind of had a better understanding of like, I guess, fundamentals and like actually playing the
Yeah,
game and
I
taking that
remember
time
that
to actually learning how to build. Yeah.
rating was high as hell.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't it like 3K or some shit? Or not 3K, but it was high.
Oh,
It was 2,600 or something.
26. No, that's something you would see in like Ranbets. That's like
Oh, okay,
2,600.
okay.
Yeah, I think
Never,
BDSP.
not 2,600. Maybe 2,000.
Oh, it was.
No,
No, I
I
think
don't
most
know.
people. I think the highest I think I've seen anyone hit was like maybe high 1800s. I hit like.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
think I'm confusing
yeah,
games or
yeah.
something.
So I hit around like that 1750, which like for a not very active ladder was like all right. And then I played some of the lower tiers for BDSP, and then eventually I think around, oh man, I want to say around halfway through 2022 was when I started really branching out, like playing the other O-Gen OUs when I heard like they had actual O-Gen ladders that were permanent. So that's when I first started out playing ADV during like around that mid 2022 mark, and then did
Yeah.
BP, SM, a little bit of SS when it was current gen. So I started branching out with some mixed success. And then I really was waiting for Gen 9 to come on. That's when I really started, I guess, dedicating myself, if that makes sense. Not that I wasn't already dedicating myself to Mons at that point, or I don't know like what the right word is, but
You steeled yourself in Mons.
yeah,
That makes
something like
sense.
that. Yeah. So there's that. And it was a trip. And here I am now.
Yeah, wow.
Now,
Crazy looking back on those humble beginnings, huh? When you were just playing
yeah,
Ubers, just shooting the shit.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
multi-generational talent. Try harder.
Oh man,
Bruh,
yeah,
yeah. It's weird because like I have something similar to you where I started out um, kind of like really young though. I started just playing Wi-Fi battles with my friends, and I think I played Wi-Fi's against random people. And this was like maybe a couple years after DPP was first released, so like 2010,
Oh, so you're playing on.
2009,
Oh, so you were like
maybe
on that
2009.
GTS thing. You're kind of like
Yeah,
on that
and
Nintendo Wi-Fi, playing
yeah,
like Gen 4 DPP,
I
where people probably didn't really know what they're doing yet.
they didn't. I watched Maryland and
Oh yeah,
MTG Xerxes, and I knew about stealth rocks and you know, like
yeah.
thunder waving or using toxic and just being like a pest, not just clicking one single move, like
Oh
the
yeah.
strategy. Obviously, it was
Uh,
still a little scuffed that back then, though. Like we didn't know what we
right.
were doing. Like, but yeah, I kind of tilted some of my friends, and they
Oh
actually
yeah.
ended up stealing my game. I probably already told that
Yo, that
story, but
God. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah,
yeah,
no, man. Like you're
they
playing
set me
Wi-Fi,
up.
you're playing friendlies. It's like you bring a Blissey. It's like you thrown. Yeah, you got to throw hands with somebody.
Oh, I had the Blissey, man. I think its username was in Japanese too, like
Oh my,
Xerxes,
oh my
or
God.
maybe that was just mine. I don't know, but yeah, seismic toss, soft boil. Just I used Irachi a lot.
Oh my
Um,
God.
I
Getting a
I used
Jirachi
Empo.
legitimately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
think I got any. Like I got a lot of stuff illegitimately. Like I used
Oh
action
yeah, for
replay, and
sure.
none of my shit
Yeah,
was
but like,
EV trained.
oh yeah, no, but to be
Yeah,
fair, it was like I imagine hack checks were probably like a joke back then.
yeah. I don't think they even existed really.
I
Well,
know for
probably actually
VGC
maybe.
tours, they probably did for VGC tours. Like I
Oh
remember it was
yeah.
like people like this was like back when what you only had one copy of a TM or whatever. It's like if you had too many mons with that were able to use TM moves, like I remember hearing stories about how people raise eyebrows like at events. It's like yeah, why do multiple of your mons say oh have grass knot or like EQ whatever? That's not learnable by level up and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, back then it was just kind of like anything goes type beat. You'd play against, you could tell when people were hacking because, like, shiny legendary team. It's like,
Or like stuff like
okay,
Arceus, which like it wasn't until like
Arceus.
Hard Gold, Soul Silver when they had legal versions of Arceus, and then people called Farceus because like you couldn't fully EV train it.
Yeah, they're just all 100.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Then in like 2021, I really wanted to like play again because I remembered those Wi-Fi days. So I think I
Yeah.
just found Showdown on Google and then
Oh yeah.
yeah, just grinded the game and played a lot. And yeah, DPP
Yeah.
was my thing. I
Yeah.
was kind of a noob like you though, because I started playing BDSP Anything Goes first. Or maybe it was just Anything Goes. Yeah, it was just Anything Goes. And I was just being like, what's that one troll YouTuber, Temp6? I was just doing like
Yeah. Temp
Temp6
6T.
strategies.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, then just started playing DPP and got pretty good at it. I think
Yeah.
I was definitely like not great at the start, but I still had fundamentals and I was still able to like
Yeah.
do pretty well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
I think team building was probably like the one thing that probably took the longest for me to really learn.
Oh, dude, same. Team building is not an easy skill.
Oh no, I still know some guys who play tournaments prominently who don't really build their own teams. Like that's very much a common thing.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's not easy.
Yeah, yeah, like they rather just have somebody like feed them a team, take it, and then just win games with it. Yeah, I know BKC's had a whole video talking about that that
Yeah,
mindset.
I honestly like if you more power to you. I'm not going to say you're like a trash player or worse of a player if you don't build your own teams, but there is definitely some truth to like knowing more about the game if you make your own teams compared to someone
Oh
else who
yeah, no,
doesn't.
no, you're definitely there's definitely an advantage to that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's that. Do we want to move on to the next question?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that was a long one, but we both have a very we have like an anime backstory with Pokemon. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What was your favorite video game as a kid?
Oh, favorite video game growing up? Man. Favorite video game growing up, let me think. There was Luminous Arc. I grew up enjoying playing JRPGs like as a kid. So that was something I really loved like growing up. I played all three of the Luminous Arc games, which was like a JRPG game on like the Nintendo DS. Yeah, I played 1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
3 was Japan only.
Oh, nice. This looks kind of like Fire Emblem-esque.
Yeah, no,
Is
although I
it?
wouldn't pick up Fire Emblem until years later. Funnily enough.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was something I really liked. Obviously Smash Bros. Brawl was something I grew up enjoying.
A classic, bro. A classic. There might have been
Yeah.
a trip mechanic, and like maybe
Yeah.
it's not the best competitive game, but we didn't know that as kids. We just
Yeah.
saw, oh my God, it's Wolf, it's Meta Knight, you know, et
Or
cetera, et
yeah, or
cetera. That
Snake.
was
Yeah.
shit. Oh,
Oh, I always
Snake
use
too.
Snake with like the grenade C4s, his
The
side
rocket
B.
launcher.
Yeah. Oh no, the rocket
Oh,
launcher
side B.
fucking
Yep,
bro.
yep.
Okay, yeah, his
No,
side B
oh no, I
fucking
meant it's the
balls.
side B. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was like his Dacus, which was like his I guess dash attack into up smash, where you like fire the
Oh,
mortar.
yeah,
Yeah,
bruh. The
but like
dash attack.
yeah, like I didn't really think there was like much depth to Smash Bros as a kid, but like I mean we were kids, right? So
Oh, dude, the story mode of that game was fucking
oh yeah,
amazing.
Subspace
Oh my
Emissary, very
God.
cool. Yeah.
They could not follow that up. That was just so well done, man.
Yeah, it was super cool to
I
play.
remember getting lost and being like, what
Oh,
the
dude, you know
fuck?
what was the one favorite thing I always loved doing when I was playing Smash casually? I would always try to do the codex calls on a Shadow Moses Island with Snake.
Wait, what's that?
Oh wait,
Codex.
you don't know? Okay, so Snake has a hidden taunt on like that one stage specifically where he will randomly call a member on like his codex, like on his radio.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they would have those funny like codex conversations about
Yeah.
whatever like person Snake's fighting.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I remember that now, bro.
Yeah, like those
Oh,
were like
dude.
super funny.
I love
Some of
those
them
like
were like
little
really
Easter
fun.
eggs.
Yeah. That was like one of my favorite Easter eggs. I was so sad that they didn't add new ones for Ultimate, but it is what it is.
Hey, man. Yeah, Ultimate is a pretty good game in its own respect, but would those be your top ones? Obviously, we covered Pokemon.
Yeah. That does definitely be my top ones from what I can remember.
All right, I'll give you three as well. Start out with Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. The 2004 and 2005 editions, man.
Yes.
Oh my God. Just going to my neighbor's house, Danny, shout out to you, playing at his house for like 8 hours every day. Oh man, dude, that was just so fun. The campaign mode, playing split screen, just dude, I'm just gonna look back on those times as like some of my most happy moments. I don't know. It's just special. So next we gotta go with Rotmeg, Realm of the Mad God.
Yeah.
I actually got banned on this game for two
Damn.
weeks, and then I stopped playing it because I was hacking. Um, just a fun game overall. Uh, it's I don't know. I kind of don't like it anymore, but I had some good times on it. Just like getting white bags and the legendary items was really fun. Then last, Minecraft, sure.
Oh yeah, classic.
Just yeah, classic. I mean, playing with the boys on servers, or of course, one of my friends in middle school. He'd play the hardcore games where you'd have like soup PvP, and that shit was just so fun, bro. Getting into like PvP and getting really good at that was like, I think, another moment where I just really like video games a lot. Yeah, Minecraft for the win. Yeah, that's it. Next question.
Which one you want to go with next?
What do you consider a masterpiece?
Oh, a masterpiece. Like to me, a like what? Like in general, or
In terms of like anime.
I think one, it's got to have like a very long-lasting impact. So that's one. Like obviously it's got to stand the test of time, right? It's got to be memorable. I think it's got to, like, a lot of its aspects all got to hold up, like even years later, right? Like it can't just be like good for its time. And in some ways, this last bit's probably optional, but I think it's got to set some precedents, like new trends, new precedents, like that kind of thing. That to me is like what a peak like masterpiece would be. Oh, and obviously you could watch it over and over again.
Yeah, those are good criteria. I'd definitely agree with all of those. I think if you can have some kind of personal connection with maybe a character or aspect that deeply resonates with you, it's this is kind of random, but it has to have that like aura about it where it's just like the characters are real. Like it can't be like wishy-washy characters that are just kind of bland or generic. Like there has to be like excellent story writing. There either has to be like really good fights or some really good like philosophical kind of message. But yeah, I think you covered like the main criteria. Those are mine. It's kind of hard to explain. Like this is a difficult question to answer, bro. I'm being honest with you.
It is, yeah.
Okay, next question. Do you use the term overrated when talking about anime? If so, which ones?
Overrated to me, I think it's hard to say because like overrated can be very overused as a term. So
That's true.
yeah, like people love to say overrated just to call something bad. Like to me, it's like it's gotta have like that long-standing legacy. Like it's gotta have like an actual ground to stand on. Right.
Right. Like Dragon Ball would not be overrated because it's lasted for so many years, inspired so much. Are you still there? Ty? Hello, hello? All right. We will wait for Ty to return. I'll go over like what overrated means to me and which anime I think are overrated. So when I say overrated, I don't mean that it's necessarily like a bad anime, right? I just think people like it a little bit too much and maybe praise it too much as being some kind of masterpiece. Ties back. Yo, you back?
Yeah. Okay.
Dope,
Yeah.
dope, dope. Okay, what were you saying?
Yeah, my internet just randomly cut out, but yeah, like
Hey, you're
for
good.
me,
You're good.
overrated was something like for me something that's overrated would be like the Dragon Ball franchise, like to a degree. I'd probably say like the latter parts of it would be what I do. Maybe not like the latter parts of it, but like I feel like people kind of ignore like maybe just as a whole, you could argue something like Dragon Ball could be quote unquote overrated because people kind of get blinded by the nostalgia.
Well, yeah, I was just saying how I don't think it's overrated because it stood the test of time, but I can see how like it's overrated if you look at it from like Dragon Ball fans because they overrate it hella hard. I feel like the general like anime watcher though doesn't um overrate Dragon Ball. It's even like those people who
Yeah.
are diehard fans who are like Super's amazing, it's 10 out of 10. No, or
Yeah.
but yeah, I can kind of see it. I get where you're coming from with Dragon
Yeah.
Ball.
Well, like, it's hard for me to call something like truly overrated. Maybe something that's like currently ongoing might be guilty of this, or maybe something that's like long past. Like for example, yeah, I'm trying to think of in terms of anime. Oh man, that's hard. It's really hard for me to say that because like sometimes people will say something's overrated to a point where it becomes underrated.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I don't think you're gonna like this take. So I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it's overrated. But when I say that, I don't mean that it's bad. I mean that in the sense that a lot of people just say that it's the best anime because it's just the safest thing to say. It's not
Like, okay,
like,
what do you think holds it back?
well, I thought it was like a 9 out of 10 because so I think it's really good, but I think what
Mhm.
holds it back is the beginning is kind of slow.
Oh yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, the beginning's like kind of weird. It's like it kind of takes a while to really build up to that great
Yeah, yeah.
midpoint. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
But it's like really solid. Like I love it. Like I have a poster of Ed and Al in my room. But yeah, I just think in general though, like people uh give it like a 10 out of 10. Like you can see it on like my anime list. It's number one.
Yeah.
And it's been number one forever.
Yeah.
It's not like super overrated though. Like I think it's just slightly.
Okay.
It's still like a solid, like I'll definitely rewatch
Yeah.
it.
For example, man, you know what? Something I feel like people will say it's overrated to a point where it's not. SAO.
Wait, no shot. I've heard it's really bad. I've heard it's terrible. What is your thoughts on it?
Oh man, you know what? All I'll say is I'd rather watch the abridged version. I'll say that much.
They have an abridged of Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty funny though. It is pretty funny.
Oh, I trust you, man. Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Z abridged has me dying. So,
yeah, yeah,
all
for
right.
sure, for sure.
This isn't one that you've seen, but Attack on Titan is overrated. It's properly rated for like everything, but let's just say there's just some stuff that, hey man, I can't really say much, but I just think it's overrated. Still like a 10 out of 10 for me. Still really like it though.
Okay, okay.
Gotta think of series that I just do not like that are overrated. I think that's important.
Right.
Here, wait, let me think. Damn. Is there anything? Man. Anime lists. Actually, you know what? Hang on one sec. Googling. See what pops up.
Oh my god.
Uh, uh, oh, perfect. Okay. This is one that I like, but not as much as Attack on Titan or FMAB. Demon Slayer is heavily overrated, man.
I'm not too deep into that anime yet.
Okay. I haven't finished it yet, but I like it. But bro, if you give this a 10 out of 10, like, come on, man. Come on. Like, it's how is it? Like, I just don't get it. I really like the last season though, so it's picking up.
Mhm.
Damn it, bro. I can't find one that I think is overrated that I don't like. I guess that's because if you don't like something, then you just don't like it. You'd think it was
Oh yeah,
just
for
not
sure.
good, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
All
I
right, we
guess.
can move on. I don't want to
Yeah.
take up like 2 hours of time just trying to find something. Let's see. Oh yeah, all right. So I think we already like covered like all the anime questions of
Right.
like everything. Like it was getting a little repetitive like last episode. I'm not sure if you watched, but we were like, yeah, we already covered this. So I threw in some philosophy ones, some really hard
Okay.
questions. What is the meaning of life? Tykar, go.
Oh my god, the meaning
Give
of
us
life.
your dissertation.
Meaning of life. I guess you basically just like you. I mean, technically there is no meaningful life, technically speaking, but it's really just about what you do with whatever time you got left on this planet, or like in this universe, whatever, and you gotta like just I guess live with life to its fullest, like make the most out of it. You don't really know what's next.
Yeah, that's really good. I like how you put that, just straight up. You gotta live every day like it's your last. I think it's the things you like, you give life meaning yourself through your actions and what you like to do and the impact you have on, other people's lives.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like for example, it's kind of your choice. Like if you just want to be like sad about life and be like a victim, then you can do that. Or you can like flip the script and you can be like a really positive, virtuous person. Um, I mean, you don't even have to do that though. You can just live your life, enjoy your life, just chill. Maybe have like a couple close friends here and there. Yeah, I think really it's like those bonds that you have in life with your family, your homies, like community, with even with yourself. Some important, man. It's important.
Yeah.
And then like being connected with nature. I think being involved with like animals. Like I have like a dog and a cat, and they're add a lot to my life. So I think there's that. And then yeah, your hobbies are really important. Like we talked about our journey in competitive Pokemon, and I don't think that video games are a complete waste of time. I think you can actually learn a lot from them. You can
Yeah.
implement that into your life, a lot of lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. Just overall, I think you can give your own life whatever meaning you want.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep. It's related. What is the most important thing in life?
Oh man, it's what you do with it.
He's spitting. He spit. Yeah, that's true. It's what you do. It's the actions you take. This one's a little bit, it's kind of the same thing, so we can just skip it. All right. I have an actually like really good question. Are we happier now as a society than in times past? Why or why
Uh,
not?
the society, really, it's hard for me to say. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, you got all this technology surrounded, but I think like, people just have a lot more, like, social media. Oh man, I actually talked about this with somebody a while back, like maybe about a week or two ago, and I think we kind of came that social media, I think, has really warped people's expectations on what's feasible and what's
So
not.
true. Yep, that I am of the same opinion of you, is that we're not
And
really better off, but I think people do romanticize the past a little bit. If you've ever seen those
yeah,
like videos of like high
yeah.
school in 2003 or whatever,
Oh yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
I think we're better off in some ways, but other ways not so much. Like you said, of like social media kind of like warping people's perceptions of reality, um, maybe like treating other people badly due to this like lack of um, empathy,
Personal connection.
personal
Yeah,
connection. Yeah,
yeah,
because they're
that's
so
something
used
that's
to being on
been.
the screen.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to form those meaningful connections and all that jazz because, like, yeah, social media, like, people are a lot more. I think COVID really ruined like a lot of people, especially like the people. Like, because when we went through COVID, I mean, we were already what, adults at this point. And so, like, in terms of social development, it's like we don't really get hit with, don't really impact us nearly as negatively. Sure, it's a little harder to reform some previous bonds, but like for people that are grown up, that grew up during this timeline, or still growing, it's like that really hinders them.
Damn, dude, that's facts. Yeah. Not only their social ability was hit, but their learning was hit too. They got set back a bit due to COVID. Man, oh man, I didn't even like think about that though, because you're right. We were already adults. We didn't really like have to face that challenge of like navigating high school when there's like a pandemic.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, yeah,
damn. Yeah, I guess even though it sucked and we still had to like experience uh the lockdown, we weren't completely like in our formative years when it happened. So like
yeah,
we're still developing, but we're not like 14 years old or whatever, or 16.
yeah. And then people got to talk about how, like, bro, like online classes were just like kind of, it's just not the same. Like, you know what I
It's
mean? Like, if you
not,
want to, like, you want to actually learn things, it's like you gotta really do this. You gotta really do it in person. Like, if you want to make something out of it.
yeah, man. I I can't pay attention in Zoom classes.
Oh,
I don't know, it's just
I definitely
impossible.
struggle. I definitely struggle with that. Yeah, yeah. Like, there's too much going. It's too much of a distraction, I guess.
Yeah, like you're already on your computer and you don't have you're
Dude,
not
like,
present with them.
I remember even in high school, like towards when I was like graduating, it's like they were slowly starting to integrate like technology more and more. But like that was like a little different because like by that time it was like I was like what, going to be an adult soon. It was like, yeah, like imagine having that kind of exposure. It's like when you're what, like 13 or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that is brutal. Like, man, I could not imagine.
I feel for them, man.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know a guy who one of my old high school friend, he does coaching and stuff at like the high school level, and he told me like how like these guys are like addicted to social media and whatever. Like it is really addicting. I don't really use Instagram or Facebook nearly as much as I did in high school, and to be honest, it was like probably for the better.
Yeah, definitely, man. That stuff can be
Uh,
super addicting. It's good to
Yeah,
like
and I
stay
never
off.
really got into TikTok. I never really quite got into TikTok. I mean, if I was like 17, 18, I probably would have gotten into it.
Yeah, I hope I wouldn't have if I was 17 or 18. I'm just glad I never really did get into it because I've seen it get so addicting with like the scrolling.
Oh yeah, no, like it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I can still improve on certain things with like maybe watching too many YouTube videos or uh checking social media too much, but I would never say I was like addicted or anything like that. If anything, I was always trying to like, oh, I should delete this, you know? But it's kind of hard to delete. It feels almost like it's really weird if you don't have it these days. It's kind of like you should. But I've seen like a lot of people delete their social media.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man, because like it really does, like I said earlier, it really does make give you a unrealistic expectation. I mean, YouTube can kind of do that to a degree.
And just like being able to message anyone at any time, it seems like almost too
Surreal.
much. Yeah, surreal. And I've heard like from like people that it's just like they don't want that sometimes, you know? Like they don't want to have someone texting them whenever.
Yeah,
And it's
like you
not
kind of
like a
just need
personal thing.
space.
Yeah, exactly. Just have space.
Yeah. Do I move on?
Yeah, I think that's it, man. Any other topics you wanted to cover?
Right. I guess we may have lightly talked about it, but like, what was something you enjoyed when you were younger,
Oh,
grew
right.
out of it, and then came back to like later on in life?
Oh man, this is such a good question. So, I just want to start off by saying there's this meme I found of like you when you're 13 or like maturing is realizing when you're like 23, you like the same things you did when you were 13 that you used to call cringe. And I feel like that couldn't be more true for me because uh throughout high school I didn't really play a lot of video games at all. Unless it was with friends. And I didn't really watch that much anime unless it was like Naruto, which was just my favorite, so I would watch it sometimes. But yeah, I really just grew out of like gaming and I focused on basketball. Anime was never a big thing for me. I just only thing I watched was Naruto, as I already said. But yeah, man, just getting back into anime and gaming, I think it was the best thing for me possible. A lot of people will probably like look down and be like, "That's stupid." Like, but what are you guys do? What are you guys really doing with your life? Like going out and drinking. Uh, yeah, man. Anime teaches, philosophy, teaches valuable life lessons. Something that I pride myself on, man. So even video games, a lot of people think it's pointless, but as I was saying, like it can teach you a lot of good skills. It's a lot like a sport, like basketball. Like not yeah,
Yeah.
not even trolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done yapping. You take over, my man.
Oh man, I kind of had a little rant about pro wrestling earlier. I think that was something that I grew out of for a little bit, and then I think because I really did enjoy watching the WWE around that late 2000s era. Like I really loved watching SmackDown during that time, like when they had Edge and The Undertaker on the roster, Batista, Rey Mysterio, all those guys. I think around high school, I kind of grew out of it for a little bit. Although, like, you could, I mean, it was like around the time when, like, the company was shoving Roman Reigns down everyone's throat, and like, I think the new superstars that were like supposed to take over, like Sheamus was like kind of like in a weird limbo. Like, he wasn't quite a consistent main eventer, and then you had like CM Punk, who had that awkward phase where he kind of just left the company to try fighting the UFC. That didn't really work out, and turned out to be a clown show. But um, I kind of like moved away from. I mean, I would occasionally come back, tune in during those high school years, like or like when I just got out of high school for stuff like, oh, the Undertaker, who's this streak being broken by Brock Lesnar. I don't think it was like until fairly recently when I really started enjoying like watching pro wrestling again, like just really appreciating it for what it is. like, you know, like, a lot of people always love to say, "Oh, pro wrestling's fake," but like I feel like you can't really try to look at it as a sport. You gotta look at it as like a TV
Art.
show or a drama. A lot of people like to consider pro wrestling to be like what modern Shakespeare plays are, like modern live theater. I mean, it really is though. Like, it is one of the last forms of live theater that we get on a consistent basis, in a way. Because like
That's
Raw,
legit, man.
I think Raw is like is a live show. Although SmackDown's like you know, a little bit pre-recorded. I don't know if that's still the same now, but maybe they changed it around. But like, you know, like a lot of that still applies. And then like, you know, trying to appreciate like the storylines that they craft, stuff like that, or like they try to craft long term, because like they usually have these feuds that would build up over the course of like 3, 4, or 5, maybe even 6 months, sometimes a year, stuff like that, and then seem to pay off. Sometimes it like works out, sometimes it doesn't. Kind of like most of Roman Reigns' run as a face before he turned heel during that pandemic era. But I think it was like fairly recently when I really started getting back into watching like bits here and there pro wrestling, and something I would probably enjoy watching again a lot more.
That's cool, man. Do you know Geekdom 101, like the Dragon Ball YouTuber?
Yeah.
I think he's super into WWE. Because
Oh yeah.
I follow him on Instagram on my like burner Insta, and I think he's like met some of the WWE guys.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I know like so. I mean, it's also pretty cool seeing some of the actual WWE superstars have like their own actual YouTube channels. Like I know Sheamus has his own channel. I think it's called Celtic Warrior Workout. Like so basically the name is like basically based off like his whole gimmick of being like the Celtic Warrior, like in ring and stuff. So like it's pretty cool to like see him like get. I think funnily enough, Edge, who actually retired for about several years, like around those early 2010s due to like neck issues. I think on like one of his so he had like a guest appearance on like one of Sheamus's videos where like they went biking and he took like a fall or a bump in wrestling state call, like he fell off the bike, and then one of the people, I think it was like one of the camera people who was recording, it was like yeah, you still take bumps like that, and then has people asking like, oh wait, why are you still retired? And then Edge said that I think that was the reason why he actually came back for a little bit. So it was like pretty cool to see that.
Dude, that's legit, man. It's good to, you know, pick up your old interests in life. And honestly, like picking anime back up for the first time, I think it was in college. I think I was like ashamed of myself. Like I didn't want anyone to see what I was watching. I was embarrassed. I was self-conscious because this was during that time when
Oh yeah.
I don't think anime was like so popular yet. It was in like 2018, but honestly, man, it got me through a really tough time in my life. So
Yeah.
really grateful for it. But yeah, WWE. I think I might have watched some of it when I was at my buddy's house back in like fucking elementary school.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I remember that much, and
Yeah. Oh man, like
yeah.
were you watching around that like late 2010s or like okay, because like I will say I look back at some of that mid 2010s, I'm like, okay, yeah, that shit was rough to watch.
Not that late. I think it was earlier than that. Maybe like
Oh,
2009, 2000, maybe just
okay, so
barely
this was
2010.
when okay, so this was like when Randy Orton and John Cena were like at their primes, as like the top icons of the company. You had like a Nexus was like still a wasted opportunity.
Nexus.
Yeah, no,
That's
like it was like it was basically like this stable that basically comprised of like the NXT season 1 rookies or like finalists, and they would basically like quote unquote try to make some noise under WWE by securing like permanent contracts, or that was like the premise of it. And I kind of ranted earlier about how like John Cena burying the Nexus, like not really letting them get that momentum with the crowd going, was like the equivalent to Goku, like basically like taking his protagonist spot back from like Gohan.
Yeah, bro, that is like the perfect comparison. I think it really just sums up well how it's wrong, but
Yeah, I mean, I think John Cena himself said like years later that he like regretted like not giving Nexus the push they needed, and like a lot of like other superstars also kind of said the same thing. It was like, yeah, it was kind of idiotic, to be honest. I don't know why the WWE did that, but it is what it is.
it is what it is, man. They had
Yeah.
so many different ways to end it, but
Yeah. But hey, I mean, they got Triple H like running the show now instead of like incredible woman respecter Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon, woman respecter, huh?
No, he I think he's like facing possible. Yeah.
The guy who's always with the meme doing the under the neck thing.
Or yeah,
He's
like he always
crying,
makes those
yeah.
fucking weird faces, those funny ass faces.
Oh, hey dad, what is this podcast I found called 90s Revengers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. It's been a great episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.
Yeah. It was a pleasure. See you around, guys.
Peace.